first the sand arrives and we get everything all prepared for the sculptors.
Solo gets 10 yards, doubles get 20 yards, and teams get 30 yards. It's like a bathtub full or something, so you get 10 bathtubs full, 20 and then 30.
First is the pound up, which that's what we call the compacting the sand. So you build hollow wooden boxes, fill it with 6 to 8 inches of sand, wet it down, tamp it, and keep going up. The boxes are 2 feet high until that box is completed, and then put a smaller box, stacked up like a wedding cake. Block out the rough shapes that you want, try to get as many forms off just to make sure it's going to stand, and then you come back with your small instruments and do the fine detail work. It's always start at the top and working your way down, because the loose sand otherwise will fill up the details you've already created.
The sand shaman, with his heart, with the elements of sand and water, he creates his own universe, almost his own existence, and that's what this piece is about.
Most sculptors spend months, years developing a sculpture. But to watch somebody do this in public in 3-4 days, it's an amazing thing.
The impulse you give to the people by making this and putting this somewhere, to me it's the most important thing. You can see how with the same start we all do really different things, because we have the same amount of sand at the same time, and you can see more abstract, more figurative, the different composition, the theme, the interpretation. So it's really amazing what you can do only with sand and water.
Beach sand, being rolled around in the ocean, it begins to get round. It doesn't have such sharp edges. This is fresh sand that hasn't worn down because it was deposited by the glacier. So it's better, it clings together, it's sharp and the pieces stick together better.
You pack the sand together, the silt forms in between all the sharp little angular pieces to create a big bond, and when it dries out it's almost like man-made sandstone.
The first places were just about unanimous. You know, it was clearly something that stood out, that really had the wow factor and the artistic element to it.
You know, the wow factor is our biggest category, and that's just simply that, you know, how does it make you feel? You know, what's your first impression of it? I mean, does it make you excited or happy or sad, or does it move you? And so the wow factor plays an extremely huge part of the judging role.
Duos there was absolutely no question. Martijn and Hanneke did a city with a woman's face on the top of the buildings. That was just no question. So far out ahead, just absolutely beautiful. And then Juhang and Helena did the changing background, which was awesome. And the two people in kind of the yin-yang position. And then third place was John Gowdy and Ray Villafane.
Well, traditionally, we've gotten about 1 inch of rain in the month of September, and we had 6 in 2 weeks, so weather sucked. It wasn't really our favorite thing.
Oh, this sand's real fine. The rain doesn't bother it very much, thank goodness. Of course, I say that, I'll probably come back and just melt it tomorrow. But that's just one, you know, you lose them sometimes.
It's a lot of work, a lot of sweat, a lot of compacting. We move a lot of sand.
It seems to be globally that we're pushing more towards real art, the kind of art you would see in an art museum. I think the goal is to reach art museum status.
Here you make this sculpture and then it can dissolve again. So all these ideas, all these dreams, they come to life and then it falls out again, so you can restart the new ideas.
This is from a Zombieland movie. I was watching a movie with my son 2 days before I came here. Then my son said, "Hi Dad, the clown is very, very cool." And I said, "Okay, I will do it for you."
If you like what you see here and you have an interest in doing it, start doing it. Have patience and get to know as many mediums as you can.
If you're not that strong or you want to make small things, you can do that. And if you want to shovel and be really physical, you can make big things.
Sand is a medium. All sand is a medium. You know, this could be butter. You know, it's just that we choose to work with sand.
It is a combination of art and sport. It is very physical, and people should realize that it's all done by hand. Only sand, only water, that's it.
Please, everybody, get your quarters out.
Okay, so the Machas were first place. Team USA was second place. And then the Sandboxers with the Seattle theme, they were third place. They were more your classic, traditional sand sculpture. Thomas did a nice job on solos. He did just a woman with a swirl of ivy that comes down and just nicely balanced, well done, nicely carved, and something you might see in an art museum.
Oh my gosh!
Number 2, second place, tragically fell to the rain, but it was really also something you'd see in an art museum. And 3, there's one with the negative face back there.
The rain affects the sculptures to a certain extent, but we spray a windscreen, rain screen on there, so the outside shell has a coating that makes it water repellent, not waterproof. We lost maybe 3%, 3 to 5% of the sculptures, but we were able to rebuild and repair a lot of that. There's just one sculpture that fell down that we weren't able to repair, and another one, the face slid. It was actually a gentleman from India that did Obama, which was just really well sculpted, but part of the face slid, and our joke was Obama loses face.
Knowing that this art will disappear fast is something we live with every day. It's kind of like making Thanksgiving dinner. You spend all that time and then it's gone.
Well, sand sculpture as a temporary art, goes away, and so as far as the tearing down of the sculptures, I mean, it's imminent that it's going to happen.